Hello there, and welcome to a review that genuinely might be about my new favorite set in my collection. So, as you can see, this is the 10305 Lion Knight's Castle, and honestly, this thing has gone by many names in its rumors, whether it was Crusader Castle, Lion King's Castle, but the LEGO set name officially is Lion Knight's Castle, and I'm here to review it. So yeah. Now, a little side note before we move on to the actual set is the box and instructions. So, in the instructions, which thankfully are not like the new crappy cheap design, you have a bunch of descriptions of like former castle sets and different faction sets, and it kind of tells you the history. I personally haven't read it, but I will after I finish this video. And book 1 accounts for the first part of the castle, book 2 for the second half. So happy about the instructions. And on the box is fine, by the way. I guess this is more my fault, but like I see all these Lion Knights here, or Crusaders, and then I see these Black Falcon Knights, and kind of without looking more closely, I see like a lot of like blue. So I assume like all of these figures are Black Falcon Knights, when in reality it's only these 3. So that's more of a issue on my part, but still, I just thought I should mention it just in case you might think the same. All right, so back to the actual castle. The first thing I want to take a look at and show you guys is the layout of the castle. And I want to show you the front in its closed layout, the back in its closed layout, and the front in its open layout, and the back in its open layout. So we're going to take a look at that. First, obviously, here is the front of the closed layout. You can see it's closed. Now we're gonna take a look at the back. So this is the back of the closed layout, and honestly, it's not as exciting as the front in my opinion. However, it's not bad if you do choose to display it from this side. It does look nice. As you can see, there's a tree, whatever. But yeah, I guess now let's go to the castle all opened up. All right, so this is the first time I have seen it opened in person, and honestly, the castle is an impressive size. Like, sure, it's not as like wide, but it's still super long. Like, this is probably around 2.5 feet. I mean, the exact measurements are on lego.com, so if you really want to know, I would look there, but this is really cool. And I'm sure you've all seen like if you're all castle fans watching this video, I'm sure you've seen many other reviews regarding this set, and all of them mention this little balcony that turns into a bridge when the castle is open. I think it's a cool feature, but not one I'm going to talk too much about because it's already been mentioned so much. But I'm going to more hop into the actual like play features and design now. Just kidding. First, we will be taking a look at all 22 minifigures and even more animals of this set. So first off, we have the Lion Knight's kind of, in my opinion, main knight. And before I show them off, I did switch a lot of the heads of the knights to make them more historically accurate to our history. So yeah, I mean, I bought the castle and I chose to do that, so I guess come at me if you want, but it's not going to change anything. But anyways, first we have the main knight of the Crusader / Lion Knights, and he uses I put a Jane Briggs face on him, but he's honestly really cool. His printing on his torso and legs does not differ at all from the other knights except the queen, but I find him to be really cool. He's got one of the pointed faces. He's got a red plume. Beautiful, beautiful shield. And this knight is equipped with an axe. So that's pretty cool to see instead of just like a sword. It gives some more like variation to the best knights. And obviously, now to take a look at the horse with barding. That is truly beautiful. I mean, the dark orange horse, we don't get to see dark orange a lot in LEGO, especially like representing animals, I feel like. Maybe in City, but not in other themes. So that's pretty cool. And honestly, the cherry on top with this set is the new horse bardings for both Black Falcons and Crusaders. So that is very, very nice to see. And this may be one of my favorite figs in this entire castle. Moving on, we have the Lion Queen, Queen like Leonis or something like that. She is, I chose to keep her face, like all of these are like male knights serving their queen. Because, I mean, I don't know. But if you really chose to, the torso and legs for the queen do work on a king minifigure. So if you really wanted to, you could switch it out, but I'm choosing not to. She comes with a different shield, which has both colors, red and blue, on top of the line that's already there. She comes with a gold pointed helmet, and obviously, I just showed you her face, so that's pretty cool. She comes with a white plume and a double print on her face. Let me see if I could get this helmet off. Yeah, more of a happy face for the festival that the set appears that they're having. Now, honestly, I don't know which one I like more. The helmet, let's get that out of the way, or the hair and crown / tiara combo. Honestly, it's really nice. I don't know why the queen has a sword. Perhaps she's knighting some of the lesser soldiers of her castle for their deeds. But yeah, and honestly, this is probably the best part of the figure, the printed cape, which is reminiscent of other early factions in the LEGO castle world. So that's nice to see, and I hope LEGO does that for more figs, assuming that they keep on doing castle-based sets. So yeah. Next, I'm not going to go too in-depth with these knights, as you can all see them. They're pretty much the same. Some come with shields, some come with different accessories. But perhaps one of my favorites in this, apart from this knight, is the Trumpet Blower. I guess he's blowing the trumpet to announce the arrival of the Black Falcons. And he's really cool just because of how, like, unique he is. So one face has got the him blowing, and the other face is just him smiling. So pretty cool figure. You could do whatever you want with him. He doesn't always have to be blowing. That's good. Next, we have Magisto or Merlin. Let's bring him up close. Depending on where you live, he might be called differently throughout the history of LEGO Castle, but he's honestly super nice. He's got a face that reminds me of probably one of the LEGO Santas. And the thing I like best about him is the wizard hat and beard. Everything else is very basic. Like, I wish they gave him some printing of some sorts, because I know they can, but they chose not to for whatever reason. That bugs me, but honestly, it's not too big of a deal since he's kind of like he's not one of the characters I care most about in this set. So, yeah, there's Magisto. Moving on. God, this is becoming a mess. We have these two, I guess, these 4 civilians of the castle. One is a peasant, so it's great to see that torso. I wish we got like another one of him, maybe. Next is a maiden of the kingdom, I guess. Next is a little boy. And lastly, there is the baker, who actually has a room in the castle. But honestly, the baker bugs me off the most because like his printing is so like modern that it could be used in a city set, and probably has been used in a city set. The boy is alright. He's just an amalgamation of parts. The maiden is a very nice figure with a very nice headpiece and torso print. And obviously the peasant is a peasant, which Lego Castle needs more of, so it's always great to see. One thing that bugs me about this set, though, is that you have the Lego Trumpet Blower from, I think, Series 22. And most of the parts of that CMF come as, like, parts in this set. Like, the torso here, the hat here, and, well, it goes even further than that. But, yeah, the face of the baker is also the face of the Trumpet Blower in that series, which isn't great, but whatever. Moving on to this, or I guess there's a baby goat in the set. Cool, I guess. It's always nice to have more animals. Next is a cow with a cart, and honestly, the blue color of the cart reminds me of older Lego carts from the older castle theme, so that's pretty cool. Got a little birdie on top, which is nice. Cow is I think a medium nougat color. I don't own any like this, so this is nice to get. Look at the mess. Anyways, moving on to the forest men, or forest guardians. We've got a little girl, a boy, and a, like, older female. And I honestly have no complaints for these figures, except that they all share the same torso, whereas in the past, Lego has used different colors to represent the forest men, so it's kind of a shame, but honestly kind of a nitpick. All right, moving on to my favorite Lego faction, the Black Falcon Knights. So this is honestly very cool and a nice addition to the castle, because because I love the Black Falcons, and I'm sure many do too. This theme was what, I mean, this faction and their castle was what got me back into Lego Castle. And I'm just really happy to have it. And obviously, they are allies of Ukraine. Oh my god. No. But, yeah, so you have a normal generic Black Falcon Knight with a black helmet, which is more accurate to how they were portrayed a few decades ago. Then we have kind of like the main knight. I replaced his head because his, like, actual head that they gave was too, like, friendly. And I kind of want the Black Falcons to be, like, strong, mean, and, like, menacing. So yeah, he comes with a black version of that helmet. Very nice. Comes with a shield too, and the horse with barding. Wonderful. It's kind of annoying that they keep reusing this horse color. Just, like, pick a different one, Lego, please. But last off, we have this little Black Falcon that's carrying all this stuff. Now this figure might be my favorite or second favorite Black Falcon in the set, behind this guy, because he reminds me of the Monty Python characters in the movie The Holy Grail. So honestly, love to see it. I really like how his backpack came out, and he is also an ally of Ukraine. But yeah, that's it for the minifigures and the animals. So I guess moving on to the actual set itself, finally. Okay, so this set is very obviously massive, but comparing it to its most recent predecessor in terms of medieval castles, you can obviously tell that this is the nicer castle. However, kind of on a side note, what the Black Falcon Fortress may not make up for in size, it makes up for in troops in my own personal collection, and that is with 10 of the Black Falcon Knights going against 8 of the Crusaders. These two don't really count since they're not knights, in my opinion. But yeah, even with all the 3-in-1 builds of this set put together, I would still choose to buy this any day of the week, assuming I had $400 on hand just to spend whenever I wanted. But yeah, seriously, I cannot stress the scale of this. And obviously, the footprint, like, this is 4 times that in price, and it only looks maybe 2.5 times bigger. But no, it's also taller. Like, there's a lot of details packed in. And even though it may not be worth $400 in my opinion, this is easily a $300 to $350 ideal price set. So that is my opinion for the pricing and size of this set. Okay, so moving back to the open front, we've got obviously a very, so moving back to the open front, we've got the side that is meant to be displayed, and obviously it looks very nice. We've got a lot of foliage on the walls, some little plants going there. This, window, which kind of looks out of place, but, still looks fine. The mill from the other side. The balcony that turns into a bridge. Hurrah. More plants. And honestly, this is kind of something I added. But I like to have, the little sheep here because it looks like it's grazing on the lands. So, yeah. Let's start off with looking back into this place because it's very nice. Some of the techniques that I like most used in the set are these curved plates used to create one platform, which is really, really cool. I mean, not curved plates, wedge plates. But yeah, next we have this little marketplace stand, which could be used to open. Well, I guess you kind of need the marketplace to do it. But if you tilt it over, you could have it represent a little area to get down into that little place. So that's really cool. Really cool indeed. We've got some trees coming, we've got some trees coming out of the castle, which are pretty cool. They brought back this tree, which is awesome, because it's I don't know if they use it anymore in any other sets, but just to have it in this one is really a nice nod to the past. We've got the little slope area, which is alright, but it kind of sucks that there aren't studs going all the way down, because yeah, I mean, you can't really position a figure like this. So yeah, this might be the part of the castle where the exterior is my favorite. We've got a giant tree growing alongside of the castle. The machiculation walls, which I already showed off. These slit windows, which are found all over the castle, but they're hidden away here. And these slit windows, they're not made in the cross shape, which kind of sucks, but I can see why Lego didn't do that. However, they still look very nice. Then we've got steps and a little dock going up to the back entrance of the castle. And then going around the side, there is the knob, which can open the door. But yeah, one thing that I really like about this castle though has something to do with these guys over here, and I'm gonna show it to you now. So honestly, this feature is so well hidden that I had to just end the last video clip so I can have time to look for it, because I completely forgot where it was. But it has to do right next to this big tree with a beehive. There's a little rock panel that can turn outwards, and you have a little forestman hideout area. But if you wanted to, you can also move this panel by sliding it and reveal an opening to one of the jail cells in the dungeon. The one that is without the skeleton, because I guess the person that used to be kept in there found a way to escape. So anyways, you've got the forestman shield piece, a bow, and a barrel, which is really cool. But what if I told you this was not the only forestman room in this castle? So the other forestman room is actually very interesting because it's obviously bigger than the one I just showed, but it's only accessible, I guess you can kind of say that it's accessible through this trapdoor. However, for your real-life human hands, you'll have to take apart the castle to be able to reach in there. And why it's so cool is that in this small space, there's so much going on. It's like fugitives made a home here. But the Forest Men, I find them to be really cool because while the Crusaders slash Lion Knights are shown to be the dominant force in this set, the Forest Men are also very like resourceful, as they've been able to like hide away in the Crusader castle, waiting for the time to strike, or maybe just to infiltrate for news and just to gain an advantage over the strong Crusader army. So I guess this marks the end of this video, which might be the longest video I've ever made on the channel. If not, it's definitely one of them. I mean, I still can't believe how like amazing this looks on the Lego shelf, and it's honestly it's wonderful that I'm able to afford this and own it. I mean, I took a job to be able to afford it, and now that I have it, I think that job like was worth it to take. So while this may be my most expensive set ever, it is not my most valuable. My most valuable goes to that, which hopefully I'll be making a review of soon. I just can't find the motivation to do so. So if you did enjoy this video, I know I got off topic there, but please like, maybe even subscribe, you know? If you want future content that's not very consistent, but is at least, in my opinion, entertaining, it'd be amazing if you subscribe to this fellow YouTuber. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.